Mark, this Whitecap season has mostly been successful, but coming on the heels of 3 straight losses, 2 in the league, the Whitecaps play this crunch game against San Jose, and there's really no margin for error. How well is this team equipped to deal with this kind of pressure?
Well, they bounced back well this year, but I agree, it's a bit different. 3 losses if you count that CCL game.
Yeah.
But even if you just look at the way they lost the 2 MLS games, 3-0 at home to your biggest rival, and then a heartbreaker on a controversial PK, in the 95th minute. So I think emotionally this is probably their toughest game to bounce back from, and they're going to play a San Jose team that can move to within 2 points of them. It's astounding to think about. That's how tight the standings are right now. San Jose's not even in a playoff spot. Vancouver's had this terrific year, and then there can only be 2 points between these teams come Sunday. So big game for Vancouver. Carl Robinson's done a very good job at keeping this team positive and upbeat all year. So that's what you expect, but probably their toughest test, I think.
Well, you've spent a lot of time with Carl, obviously, because you just dodged my question. I asked you how well equipped they are to deal with it. Honestly, this team they've got a lot of young players. They've never been in this position before. This franchise hasn't. Do you see this team being ready to step up, the players on the field?
I do, but who's going to be on the field, I think, is part of the question. Octavio Rivero, bad time of year to start coming up with a bit of an Achilles injury that's limited him, so can he start? If not, there's a big drop-off up front if you go with Darren Maddox. Or do they toy with the formation? Do they try and get Kakuta Mane up there? Does Pedro Morales start? He's just played 23 minutes off the bench against New York. There's a risk-reward there. Do you want him to start and try and go for 60 minutes and influence the game from there, or do you just try and get him on for maybe 30 minutes at the end and influence the game that way? So, and the risk of starting him, of course, is he re-injures his hamstring or his calf, and you lose him for the last 3 games or for the playoffs. So, big decisions to make on those two. If they're both on the field, I think the Caps bounce back and win this game. If they're not, it's a lot tougher. They're going to have to. I think defensively they can get back to the collective stout defensive performance that we've seen time and time again from them this year. They are the best defensive team in this league. Attacking wise, though, without those 2 guys, it has to be a collective. The collective has to get the job done, and we haven't seen that in the last 3 games.
Yeah, goals have to come from somewhere, Mark, and if they don't, this team is going to start to really feel the heat.